Welcome to Cafe Murder. Everyone's a suspect. Who done it? Find out at this interactive murder mystery at Clubhouse 5 on April 21st and April 22nd. Tickets must be purchased by April 14th. Details on our website, theaterguildlw.com.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have two folks who are in character from the Theater Guild. We have Paul Kratzer and Bob Matonti, who are here on behalf of the Theater Guild for the new performance called Cafe Murder. And you play the maitre d' and you play the detective. And they're in character today, so we'll try not to get out of character after the introduction. So Bob, I know you said you've been here about 3 years in the village. Tell me a little bit about yourself, because I haven't had you on before.
Yeah, so I'm new to this thing, and I'm walking around the village, and I seen these posters running around. Every place I look, there's a poster, and it said something about a mystery, murder, something or other.
Uh-huh. And
so I did some careful detective deduction type stuff, and I figured out where it is, because it said so right here on the bottom. It says it's going to be over here, someplace over in Clubhouse 5. So I'm a detective. I like a good mystery, and what the heck?
Okay. So he's not breaking character. I like it. All right. We'll go with that then. So, Paul, the maitre d'.
I was involved with the Theater Guild before I took over the Cafe Murder. It's very time-consuming owning a restaurant.
Yes.
So I had to leave the Theater Guild, but I have allowed them to do a show in my restaurant.
Oh, you have?
Because we have a great stage right in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And so it's a perfect place to do shows. So they asked me if they could do a show there, and coincidentally, they wanted to name the show after the restaurant.
Yes, well,
so why not?
Well, it sounds very interesting. Let's talk about the premise of the show. You know, what's the performance going to be about?
Well, the show takes place in a restaurant, in the restaurant, and in a restaurant, and it seems that somebody is about to, die. Mm-hmm. And we have to kind of figure out who done it.
Well, there's an awful lot of suspects in this, right?
Yeah, there are. There's a lot of suspicious people. I noticed that. I'm glad you brought that up. Because when I was walking around, a lot of the cast members, I'm keeping an eye on these people.
As you should.
I'm going to solve this crime, but I'm going to need some help. And what I'm going to ask for is if we can get some audience people in there to help me, because I'm going to need a little bit of audience participation. It's my first case.
Well, what kind of information are you going to be looking for?
Well, that's the point. Somebody's got to tell me. We got to find this stuff out. So we're going to find out. This is my first case. I know I've been trained, though, fully trained. And when we get there with a little help from the audience, and did I tell you about the food?
No, you need to tell me about the food, because there's dinner on the Thursday night, and then there's lunch on the Friday.
Absolutely. And you know what they got? Cannolis. I happen to like cannolis.
God, I'm going to come there then, because I love cannolis. Who doesn't love a good cannoli?
I'm going to need some help eating those cannolis, too. So if you guys come down to the show, get the cannolis, help me solve the crime, it's not a bad deal.
So it's $40 for dinner, and that's on the Thursday, 4/21, and the check-in is at 5:30. Now, I'm assuming, like you had mentioned, that the theater stage is in the middle.
Yes.
So everyone is surrounding the stage?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So it's kind of a unique restaurant that way.
Okay.
But yes,
Excellent.
The audience will be surrounding the stage.
And are the lights going to go out and the murder happens, or how does that work?
Well, the murder actually happens off stage.
Oh, okay. All right. And there'll be some clues.
Yes.
So it's kind of like you said, it's a whodunit type thing.
Yes.
And the audience will participate.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
What murder?
Well, apparently they want to, because it's happening at the Cafe Murder, they seem to think that there should be a murder.
I don't like murders.
Well, you're going to find out whether there's a murder or not. So it sounds very fun. I love it. Now, you actually have some other things that are coming up as well. You've got auditions that are happening?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about those.
So we have a comedy night coming up in June, and anybody who would like to audition to perform at comedy night can audition at the end of April.
Okay, great.
So if they have a funny song or a joke or a story or a skit or whatever, they can bring it to the audition and hopefully get chosen to perform on comedy night.
Well, that's nice. I mean, I think that's really fun. And then also you can get a preview of what somebody might be like in a future performance too. I mean, maybe they have some other skills as well, singing, dancing, whatever the case might be. All right, excellent. And then at the end of May, you have something else that's going on. And that's called Le Grand Fromage.
Yes, in fact, the lady who is doing this is playing a part in Café Murder.
Oh, okay.
So she is a chef, and she is playing the chef, and she works for me at my restaurant.
At the cafe, okay.
At the Café Murder, and she is doing a play that she wrote about her experience and doing it for us at the end of May.
I love that. And, you know, Café Murder is your director debut, right?
For the Theater Guild, yes.
Yeah. And did you find it challenging?
It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
You're having fun.
Yes, we have a
I mean, you only joined 300 clubs, and so now this is just, I mean, my gosh, talk about a guy who's really enjoying his retirement.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun directing.
Excellent, excellent. Well, any last words there, Detective?
No, I'd just like to see you guys down at the show. Okay. I could use all the help I can get.
Okay.
Yes, and we do one final note. If you want to buy tickets to come to the show, they need to do it by April 14th.
Oh.
So we make sure our kitchen staff has enough food.
Right, and that's obviously coming up here in the next week or so. So excellent.
Yes. And one more thing, did I mention the cannolis?
Oh, yes, you did.
I like those cannolis.
You did. All right, let's show the information again. They do need to order tickets by April 14th. You can get that at theaterguildlw.com.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can also go to Barbara Powell's email is right on the screen there, so you can go ahead and check that out.
S2DO.
S2DO, yeah. It's kind of hard to read there. S2DO at comline.com. Perfect.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck to you. I hope you solve the murder.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Okay, you're welcome.
It's a lot of suspicious people
there
around
is,
here.
of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, don't forget that the Theater Guild has lots of great information for you. And of course, you can always contact them at the number here, or actually at the email, theaterguildlw.com. We'll be right back.